耶路撒冷全球华人敬拜中心本周焦点。
Friends, Israel has a new government, but the country is the same. The land of history and modernity, the land of faith and science, the land where our prophets walked, where our story began, the land that flows with milk and honey. Our new government represents all of Israel, and more importantly, works for all of Israel, religious and secular, right and left, Jewish and Arab, men and women, those who think like us and those who don't, those who voted for us and those who didn't. It's a government that puts people before politics, a government that refuses to see public life as a zero-sum game, a government that will work for every citizen of Israel. It is a government that is proud of our Jewish heritage and Jewish identity, and equally proud of our democracy and our commitment to liberty and freedom. Friends, I want to say something that isn't said enough these days. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for standing with Israel. Thank you for being by our side during Operation Guardians of the Walls, while terrorists fired rockets at our civilians and peoples, while we ran to bomb shelters, while violent rioters set fires in the streets of Jerusalem. Thank you for standing with us while others wavered, for saying clearly there is no comparison between a democracy and a terrorist organization, no moral comparison whatsoever. Wars are always devastating. The death of any child is a tragedy. We all have a responsibility to stop children dying in grown-ups' wars. And we also have a responsibility to make clear who is responsible. That is the terrorists who fire rockets and hide behind children, who use human shields, who care less about their own civilians than we do. Our new government has made its policy clear. We will use as much force as necessary to strike back against terrorists and do whatever we can to minimize the impact on innocent civilians. We are grateful for the support of the United States, for the military aid which allows us to defend ourselves, for the cooperation which strengthens us all. There is the cooperation everyone sees on projects like Iron Dome and the F-35, and there is the cooperation no one sees, like the intelligence we quietly share. Both save countless lives, more than most people will ever know. Israel faces challenges on all fronts, from Hamas in the south to Hezbollah in the north, from Iranian-backed militias in Syria to Iranian scientists developing their nuclear program in Tehran. We will face all these challenges head-on, alongside our friends, alongside you. But the challenges won't define us. Israel is, at its core, an optimistic story. It is a story of success against all odds, and the story continues today. We will overcome the COVID pandemic and come out stronger. We will continue to develop world-leading technology. We will continue to build our cities and make the desert bloom. Last month, just after entering office, I met with your leadership led by Pastor Hagee and Nikki Haley. It was one of my first meetings as foreign minister. We have concluded weeks of intensive negotiation, and as they can testify, I hadn't slept for 48 hours. But I told my staff it was a meeting I was unwilling to cancel. It was my chance to say to them face to face what I'm telling you today from afar. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your friendship. I hope to see you all in Jerusalem soon. Shalom.